then you know it's a really corrupt country. So people like to compete and say my country is more corrupt than yours. You haven't seen nothing yet. Let me show you how we did it over here. But just to give you an idea, find the most populous country in the world, find the richest country in the world, find the country that does not rotate its leaders, find the country that has regressive taxes, find the country that doesn't care about reducing the gap between the haves and the have-nots. And wherever all these five things cross, now you're beginning to find out which one could be the most corrupt country in the world.
So it doesn't even have to be on purpose. It could just be corruption by incompetence, just by not belonging or not being qualified to hold that position.
But wait. How does an incompetent person get there? Someone puts him there, and someone is benefiting from that incompetence. The thing is that you don't know what is his or her name. That's all. But they don't get there by luck and chance.
Right. And another curious case, what if you have an alternating system, but the system, so again, this is more specific to Trinidad, where we have two main political parties. And right now it seems to be alternating back and forth between the two. But there's a lot to suggest that the two political parties actually work together in some cases. So for example, we've had, when one political party was in power, they would have done, so we had the PNM party. They were in power between 2000 to 2010. Now, they did some very, very good, extensive reports on corruption in the construction industry, all right? And then when the other party came into power in 2010, these reports, which had enough information, I guess, to start lawsuits against people from their political opponents, these reports just disappeared. So what they have happening is that they will always accuse each other of corruption and corrupt practices, but they will never really investigate each other, and they will never really hold each other accountable. But yet, regardless of who is in power, they all seem to be benefiting. So would that count as a alternating system, or would that still be able to, could you count that as a single political system?
That is an alternating system, and it is structurally corrupt alternating system. And what happens is that things correct themselves sort of naturally. You have a neighbor who can teach you historically what happened. There were two political parties, AD, and COPEI in Venezuela. And they alternated between each other for God knows how long. Pretty much from the last dictatorship until the recent left socialist dictatorship that they have now. And they rotated between themselves, and they kept this club going for their elites, doing preposterous things up until some populists that used to speak beautifully and say, the devil has just been here in this location and I can still smell the sulfur. Really cute guy who shattered the economy and who just generated poverty in one of the oil richest nations of the world. So if you keep on doing that for too long, some populist is going to come up, and probably if he's good, you'll have a great country and a great change. And if he's bad, like your neighbor is awful, he's going to destroy the country to levels of poverty that you can just never imagine. So that's what's going to happen, and I'm not being a prophet of disaster, but just saying that's exactly what happened there. If you abuse it too much, some populist is going to get to power. That's the way it's going to be.